Hey Sycamores, welcome to Almost Live. I'm your host, Amelia Ihle. Today we're talking to Keyona Young and Elijah Shouse, President and Vice President of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Almost Live starts right now.
Five,
4,
3,
2,
1.
All right, so first of all, thank you so much for coming on. And can you tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Keyona Young. I serve as president of the ISU chapter of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. I'm currently a senior studying applied medicine with minors in civic leadership and African American studies, and I plan on going to law school.
My name is Elijah Shouse. I currently serve as vice president of NAACP. I'm also the director of Pride and Traditions for SGA. I am a finance major, minoring in insurance and risk management. And I don't know what I'm gonna do after school, but hey, here we are.
Can you tell us a little bit about the mission of NAACP?
Yeah, so we are the oldest and boldest civil rights organization in the world. We started on February 12th, 1909. It was originally started as like a anti-lynching campaign in Springfield, Illinois, but we were chartered or chaptered in New York. And so basically it's multiple levels to it, but there is a national organization, and then we also have state and then local chapters and units. So there's college chapters, there's town branches, and then we have the state level of the nationals. But for our college chapter, the mission of the college chapter in all of NAACP is to focus on the political, social, economic, educational, and just civil rights as a whole for all people of color. But it's not limited to people of color, it's all people.
So are you guys the president and vice president of the colleges?
So we're just president and vice president of ISU.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a Indiana Youth and College Division, and that consists of 14 college chapters and 5 youth councils, which are high school and like elementary or youth. And then there's like the adults. And basically how it works is if you're 25 and under, you are a part of the youth and college division, and if you're over that, you're with the adults. So we just serve here in ISU's chapter and community, but there is like a Greater Terre Haute branch, which is an adult branch, which serves the Greater Terre Haute community.
So,
fun fact, we actually just won Unit of the Year for our state, so that was nice.
Yeah, and I do serve on the state division as well as the state secretary, and I just got elected to second vice president of the state youth and college division.
that's amazing.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about like some of the responsibilities for the leadership positions?
Yes, yeah. Do you want to start with yours?
Yeah, so my job is to really just be her backbone, whatever she can't do.
Yes.
I try to do, whether that's like helping our financial department, like with AFR, which is just annual financial reports, getting events together, plan, communication with our unit and other organizations on campus that we want to collaborate with. I'm just here to back her up, basically. When we don't have a president, I'm the one who steps in. So,
And everything that he said is also what I do, but with president, you serve as like the face of the organization, and when it comes to any type of communication or like the yes and no's of like agreeing to what we're going to do or we're not going to do, that's kind of what I do. I will say, since we are a civil rights advocacy organization, really it's holding the feet of the oppressor to the fire. I mean, when it comes to accountability and holding administrators accountable, students accountable on this campus, just respecting other people's rights and their civil rights on that front, really that's what we're here for. So I'd say like any chapter who isn't doing that isn't upholding the mission of the organization.
So why is it important for students to be like involved in this chapter?
I would say that a lot of different organizations on campus, they are more for like unity or for fun, and we also do that, but I think that if any of our events that we have, you'll see there's always an educational aspect to that. Like I said, the pillars that we operate off of with educational, we have health, we have political action, social, finance, anything like that, we are always making sure that's involved in our events or in with our chapter. So how we operate is through committees. I listed some of them already, but we have a community service committee, health equity committee, political action committee, education committee, environmental climate justice committee, and a couple other ones, but students are able to come in. They can either, be elected into an officer position like what we have, or they can be a committee member or committee chair. And the committees, they operate outside of the work of the executive committee at large. So they're going to be on their own time, doing their research, finding anything that's relevant to our community and things that are impacting our community currently. So a lot of the stuff with, the current political state that we're in is impacting people of color and just college students on our campus in general. So staying up to date on things like that and the importance of like knowing your rights and knowing when to speak up and advocacy. Those are all things that we push through our events and with our organization. So I'd say any student that does join, you're going to make sure that you're having a good time, getting connections, networking, right? But also you're going to be educating yourself and working towards a higher purpose and a greater purpose for our community.
What has been your favorite event hosted by the NAACP so far?
Yeah, I think we both could speak to that.
Yeah, just period, probably national conference. So every year we have a state conference and a national conference, and I mean a myriad of events as well. But state conference is when basically all the college chapters in our state come together. That's actually something that we went to last weekend in Fort Wayne, and that's where we won Unit of the Year. And then there's national conference where all the youth and college divisions come together. This year it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Next year it's going to be in Chicago. So those events are very fun, she mentioned educational, very educational. You learn things about people, just individuals who push past their limits to advocate for, people to be in the spots we are in today. But in terms of just our unit, can't go wrong with Hot Wings, Hot Topics.
That was mine too.
Love that. We also did a field day this year. That one was actually, we didn't call it field day, did we?
It was Hoops and Scoops, more so like a outing for our organization to kind of showcase who we are. But also, it was during, what is it called? Welcome Week. So it was kind of very busy. So we kept it just come get ice cream, come play basketball, but also hear about us. So it was pretty nice. But I would ditto what he said. Definitely national convention and state convention, it is a great way to really see how large the organization is. When I first joined, did not know it was thousands and thousands of people. And even at that, youth, I wouldn't think that many youth would want to be a part of an organization like this, but there's a lot of us. And going to the national conventions, state conventions, you get to connect and meet with people who are aligned with you on a lot of different levels. And, going to a predominantly white institution, it's kind of hard to, be in these spaces and navigate these spaces, but with going to a conference like this, it really lets you know that you're not alone and you have people in your corner and, in your community around you. I would ditto also with the Hot Wings at Topics. That is one of my favorite events. You guys should definitely come. So we have them every semester. We had it, I believe it was the beginning of September, we basically have multiple hot topics, what we call them. They're more so current events or things that we think that the students should be, concerned about or talking about, or just some things that are funny or, some type of relevant pop culture thing. And then we bring hot wings as well. And our members, if you're a member, they get to eat first, and then everybody else gets to eat. But basically, it's kind of a debate, but not really, but you get to pass the mic around, give your hot takes and everything on the situation, and it really sparks discussion. And having it so early in the year, you have a lot of freshmen may be timid, shy, not really getting out of their comfort zone yet, right? But this gets them to speak, and they get to actually hear from people that, around them that look like them, and also just kind of unwind from a week of stress, so yeah. Right,
yeah. I mean, I'm a freshman here too,
oh,
so
okay.
I kind of feel that way, even if I'm not in your shoes exactly.
Yeah.
If students want to reach out, who can they contact?
So we do post everything that all of our flyers and things like that through our Instagram. We also have an email. Our Instagram is ISUNAACP. You can always check on there for flyers and reach out through there if you'd like. And then for our contact through email, it's indstate @gmail.com. And then we do, like I said, have memberships. So with memberships, they're $10 for annual youth, and that's how you become a member of our chapter. And all the fees go to the national office, so it's a donation of that's how we do our advocacy work. But if you would like to be a member of our chapter, that's how you go about that. You also could DM us on Instagram or email about it, and then our membership secretary would reach back out to help you with that.
All right, well, it definitely sounds like an amazing organization, and thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have this week. If you would like to get involved with Sycamore Video, or if you have any events that you would like for us to cover, send us an email at isu-sycamorevideo@indstate.edu. Check us out on our Facebook page at Sycamore Video-ISU Student Media or Sycamore Video on YouTube. See you next week, Sycamores.